Hey, it's Charlie Greenman. Welcome to the first series of what we're calling Kitchen Tech Talks. Today we're going to be talking about third parties and how is it that you should know whether or not a third party open source plugin is something that you choose or something that you shouldn't choose. So we're going to go through a list of 7 items. You ready for this? All right, let's go. Kitchen Tech Talks. Here we go. So number 1 is that it's not over abstracted. A very important thing for a plugin is that it should be something that's easy to understand. That means functions that do what they say they do. And that kind of goes in tandem with number 2, which is to make sure that the documentation for that open source third-party plugin is really stellar and really good as well. The third thing is try and pop the hood and look underneath the source code and make sure that it's unit tested. If it's properly unit tested, then you can have the confidence and make sure that it's actually a plugin that you want to use. The 4th item is to make sure that it's constantly being updated. Are there commits that have been done in the past week or 2? If there aren't, then that also means that the plugin perhaps is less complex than you thought it was. And you should look into perhaps even if you should be using that open source, or is it something that's efficient? It really it's a red flag if the last time it's been updated was 6 months to a year ago. The 5th thing is, does it have an active community? Are there people that are talking about it? Are there courses? Are there videos? Are there articles? Are there books? All really important things. Number 6 is a credible organization. Front-end frameworks I'm very comfortable with because Facebook and Google are the type of companies that are backing them. A company that's owned by a single person who's updating it, I'm not so sure. Number 7 is there a reasonable business model behind the open source? Open source, while open source and free and meant to do good for the community, still needs to have a viable reason for it to keep going for the next 3 to 5 years. And if you try and think on your behalf on how is it that this company is going to survive making that open source, it's a really difficult decision. And those 7 items, without bringing any anecdotal information, those are the 7 things that if you check off that list, you are in a really good place. This has been Charlie Greenman, Kitchen Tech Talks. Greenman out.